Namo Vishnupadaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Vishrimat Bhaktivedanta Narayana Sunami Shri Krishna Lila Katane Sudaksham Audārya Madhurya Gunaisya Yuktam Varam Varenyam Purusham Mahantam Narayanam Tam Virasa Namami त्रिदण्डीनां भक्तशिरोमणिं च श्रीकृष्णपादाब्जहृदयकवृदि चैतन्यलीलामृतसारसारं नारायणं त्वं सततं प्रपद्ये जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Let me offer millions of blessings for the feet of Lord Gurudev. Upon Guru Varga, Namanista Santana, Santa Koti Dano, all present, past, future Vaishnavas, and Savat Dano, Pranam. Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo. So today, today, tomorrow, Vijayadashami tomorrow. Bhagavan Ramchandra Shiva Vijaya Mahasaya. And then Madhvacharya's appearance day. Then Monday is Ekadasi, Papankusha Ekadasi. Srila Raghunath Das Goswami, Srila Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, disappearance day. Then Dwadasi people who start Kartik Vrata, Damodar Vrata, Vijayavata, Niyam Seva, they begin. And 17th is Purnima, Thursday. Radha Krishna Shardiya Ratha Yatra. So Murari Gupta's disappearance day. And also our Param Gurudev's disappearance day. So then Deepdhan begins. Oh, Gurudev very amazingly describes Ram Leela. That is describing Vijayadashmi. What is this? Vijayadashmi? The 3 days in the Vedic Sampradaya, Akshaya Tritiya, Vasanta Panchami, and Vijayadashmi. Um, these 3 days, if you want to begin something new, this is very, very auspicious day. These 3 days. So if you can make sankalpa, determination. Even maybe little, big, small, it doesn't matter. But you make a beginning, then this will go without any obstruction, mm, anything. At least we can do that. Oh, let me increase my chanting. Let me increase my sadhana. You know, like that, at least. So, desiring to become sincere. Oh Lord, let my sincerity increase. Even though we have so many shortfalls, you know, maybe we are not completely able to give up sense gratification. But if you desire to give up, increase in bhakti, uh, is today or tomorrow is very, auspicious. Krishna will help. Krishna sees the sincerity, no, but, um, but we have to surrender. This is what in the Ram Leela, Ram Leela is very amazing. Lord Ramchandra, like today, Vijayadashmi day, tomorrow. Many people celebrating today and then tomorrow also, some people. Uh, for devotees, it's tomorrow. The He conquered, Lanka that day, and he established uh, Vibhishana as the king. So, and he destroyed Ravana. He was an impersonal. So before that, uh, Vibhishana tried to surrender to Lord Rama because he was rejected by Ravana. Ravana said, yes. And Vibhishana is a devotee. He was explaining, he was telling, urging Ravana to surrender. Lord Ram is Supreme Personality of Godhead. You have no chance. You gave back Sita, you will be saved. You'll be saved. No. But he would not heed because he has not met any no mercy from any Vaishnava. He does not know the Krishna Tattva, Ram Tattva. So Supreme Lord has no forum. Even if he comes, he has to accept this Panchabhutas, come under Maya. Like that, there are so many misconceptions. So I can conquer, I can acquire this Shakti and then enjoy. So Bhogalala say, enjoying to me. Siddhilal say, Muktilal. So before that, so he would not heed. Vibhishana told him. When Hanuman went to Lanka to search, in search of Sita, he found Sita. Then he came to also saw Vibhishana. So they were discussing, will Lord Ram accept me? And he was chanting Rama, 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 Vibhishana. Hanuman heard this, he was so enchanted. And he saw Tulsi in front of Vibhishana's house. Understood he must be a devotee. And Vibhishana is asking, I'm a demon. I'm a brother of Ravana who is really big, big demon. You think Ram will accept me? Will give me shelter? So Hanuman is telling, what do you think? I'm a monkey fit for nothing, but he accepted me. So he won't forsake you. If anyone surrenders to Ram, Ram will not give up. Ram will not give up. So when he was rejected by Ravana, he came with his ministers. He was up in the sky, asking for shelter, protection by Ram. And the leaders of monkeys, they all argued for Ram. Ram, we should not give him shelter. He's a brother of Ravana, very crooked. He came disguised as sannyasi, took away Sita. He inspired Maricha to become like a deer, false deer. So we cannot trust. He might have come as disguise. Then Lord Ram says, amazing thing. If anyone, I have taken a vow. He says. But monkeys are saying, Lord, what kind of vow? We take, other people take a vow to have your mercy, your blessing, your bhakti, your seva to achieve it. But we never heard that you also take a vow. What is that? Then he says, I've taken a vow. Anybody says, I'm yours, we surrender. Then I will protect him. I will give fearlessness to him. You know. So in the so like that, the uh, in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, it says Krishna Tomar heard. Now he is telling amazing thing in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila. Now the Maya does not come in front of Krishna. I said, because she knows her duplicity. Uh, so that's why she become ashamed to come. So that living entity who are uh, illusioned by Maya, they think like I am, and myself, I and mine. So they glorify themselves. So it makes, so she doesn't want to come in front. Hmm? So, but if they, luckily, if they say, Atmanivedankari, Sambandha Jnana. So, Atmanivedanakari. One who has attained the Sambandha Jnana. Then Krishna Tomar heard. यदि बले एक बार माया बंद आते कृष्ण तारे करे पार. Oh Krishna, I am yours. Krishna, I am yours. Huh? But if you tell this, not outwardly, sincerely, you see, this is a thing. Sincerely, uh, even once, it says, Kaya Man Vachan say, by our body, mind, and word. I am yours, Krishna. Yes. I don't belong to anyone. I don't belong to Maya. You know, I don't want to be engrossed by. Please save me. To say, Hey Krishna, I am your servant. My, then Krishna will immediately free him from this. So, so Ramchandra, so he's telling, he's quoting Ramchandra, telling Sugriva, huh? Hare Krishna. गौर हारती की जय गौरा गौरा बोलिए गौरा भी है नाम चिपाने गौरा करे गौरा बोलिए जाओ का जीवन कितना चाहिए गौरा बोलिए गौरा 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 करीब न पारा गौरा वेदे रे तारा गौरा गाओ 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 तो गौरंग महाप्रभु की जय गौर आरती की जय. So Lord Ram is saying that my sankalpa is there. If anyone in reality surrendering, if he says, I'm yours, and if he begs for the abhaya, protection, then I will offer him my protection to him. Huh? Sakrudeva prapanno yasta vastamiti cha yachate abhayam sarvada tasmai tadabhyet vratam mama. Tadabhyet yetad vratam mama. This is my sankalpa. I've taken a vow. Yes. So that's how he was offered. He accepted Lord Rama as his own. And not only that, as soon as he did that, he made him the king. He coronated him. He did not wait till the death of killing of Ravana. He made him the king of Lanka at that time. Even though Ravana was still living at that time. So, what does it mean? Ravana was already killed, but it's only matter of time. So, once he loses, because he offended a great devotee like Vibhishana. This is the thing. Vibhishana tried so much. So, that's why this Vijayadashmi day is very amazing. Accepting. If we accept Lord, and if we declare ourselves, Lord, I am yours, then that is Vijayadashmi for us. Okay? The day we accept Lord as our Savior, our protector, our maintainer, uh, full surrender. That is Vijayadashmi day. Okay. So, especially on Vijayadashmi day, we should remember this. How, you know, Lord protects his devotees and his words will come true. There are many, many pastimes of um, Lord Ramsa. And Vibhishana, Lord Ram gave him the worship of these deities of Vishnu deity, Srirangam, Ranganatha. No? It is still there, Srirangam. And it is believed that Vibhishana comes every night, he worships. He has a actually place behind temple, behind deity, a place where Vibhishana comes, does his service every day, even now. Um, Now this is the only thing that, and also in the Bhagavatam, it's amazing. Sincerity, surrender meaning what? Surrender meaning two meanings, like real meaning is uh, Kalenamari. So 2742. Yesham sa yesha bhagavan dayayedanantaha sarvatmanashrita pado yadi nirvyalikam te dustaramati taranti cha devamayam naisham mama amitibi swashugala bhakshe swashugala bhakshe, meaning those people giving up duplicity with our body, words, and mind, huh, and becoming free from desire of dharma, artha, kama, moksha, you know, religiosity, uh, economic development, artha, kama, moksha, like that. That means one pointed. If we surrender one pointed at the lotus feet of Krishna, so Lord does He blesses them, Lord. So those who are surrendered devotees, this Daiviyesha Gunamayima, this Maya is insurmountable, possible, tell you, possible on our own. So they can easily cross over. And then they also can know the glories, the Vaibhava, Mayas, so many. uh, No, Maya is Krishna's shadow, Shakti, Radharani's shadow. He is also very uh, Vaibhava, you know. But devotees will not have interest in them. But they will see, so many gold, diamond, this, that, of this material. But they will not be attracted to. But when we have no devotion, they will be amazed. Wow, what is this? Maya's thing. In reality, uh, those devotees, in reality, that surrender devotee, uh, they will not have this I and mind mentality on this body. Because this body will be eaten away by like dogs and other animals. huh? If you burn it, it turns into ash. Okay. If you bury, it will be eaten away by the bacteria. And if you put it outside, it is, this jackals, dogs eat it up. And it is rotting already. Once the soul leaves, this body is rot. So, they will not have this I and mind recognition, feeling. Oh, my body, what is this? It is so degraded. So we are the soul. Uh, I and mind, attachment to this body, they will not have. That buddhi, that intelligence will not be there. But their intelligence is in where? I'm the spirit soul, I'm the servant of Krishna. He is the master. I'm most insignificant servant. He is the master of the Maya. He is all the senses belong to him. I should engage my senses in his service for his happiness, for his to please him. So like that, bhakti. Then that's why he says, "Hey Narada, uh, Lord, mercy is there upon me." That's why I can understand his Yoga Maya. You also understand Bhagwan Mahadeva, then Daitya Kulabhushan, Prahalad, Swayambhuva Manu, Manu Patni, Shatarupa, Manu Putra, Priyavrata, Uttanapada, Manu Putri, Dehavati, Prachina Bahi, Rubu, then Vena's father Anga, Dhruva, they all understand Yoga Maya. Ishvaku, Aila, Pururava, Muchukunda, Janaka, Gadi, Raghu, Ambarisha, Sagara, Gaya, Yayati, Mandata, Alarka, Shatadhanva, Anu, Rantideva, Bhishma, Bali, Amurtaya, Dilipa, then Sauvari, Utanka, Shivi, Devala, Pipalada, Saraswata, Uddhava, Parashara, Durishena, Vibhishana, Hanuman, Shukadeva, Arjuna, Ashtivishena, Vidura, Sutadeva, all these Mahatmas, they also know. But he lists so many great Mahapurushas. So, No meaning they don't know the my antanai, again, limitations. We cannot know fully, but we know something. Uh, so Ananta, Adideva Ananta, even with thousands of mouths glorifying Krishna daily, eternally, even he could not come to the border, the end of the Lord's glorification, Lord's qualities. Then how anybody? So, like that, they are described. Today, tomorrow, appearance day of uh, Madhvacharya also. Madhvacharya is amazing personality. We, oh great, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted his sampradaya, Madhva, Shuddha Dvaita sampradaya. Because Madhvacharya, others have tried to defeat Mayavada, but Madhvacharya is very powerful, very appealing, in a very powerful way. And his followers also. I will tell you, amazed. Uh, I'm going through Vadi Raja's Yukti Mallika. It is not different from Madhvacharya's commentary on Vedanta Sutra, Anubhashya. 18 volumes like that. But it's amazing. Uh, they were empowered. That's why our Gurudev also says, if you want to progress in bhakti, you should know at least 10, 20 um, this Vedanta Sutras. Understand. Like Bhagavatam, 4 slokas, the essence of entire Bhagavatam. Same way, these 10 slokas of Vedanta Sutra, the essence of, at least we should know that. Then we can easily defeat, we'll be saved. So, Madhvacharya is the incarnation of Hanuman, Bhima, Vayu. It's actually manifestation of Lord Shiva. Uh, if you, so many pastimes of Hanuman, but still you are so meek and humble, but very, very powerful. And you can see, we have not heard the pastimes of Hanuman. Everybody has heard like that. Hanuman. So, but still, he had no false ego. He's so in the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela, he came as Murari Gupta, he's Hanuman. And like one time you were telling, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu tested him, told him, Murari Gupta, you should chant Krishna's name. Lord, I will try, I will do whatever he said. Then he went home and then trying. He was born in a Vaida, oh, Vaidya Kula, meaning like a doctor, Ayurvedic medicine. He's expert. So, he tried chanting Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Rama Rama. But on the other hand, more he chanted, he felt more remorse. He said, how I can give up Lord Ram. Service of Lord Ram, chanting his name. Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai. Taram, Taram. That's always. Morning, whole night he did not sleep. Trying order of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but on the other hand, he could not give up Raghuram. He came crying, Lord, please save me. I want to give up my life. What is the use of my life? I cannot follow your order. Or I cannot give up Lord Ramachandra. It is better to give up my life. So he carried his sword with him. So then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, no, you are glorious. Your Lord Ramchandra is also glorious. To have a devotee like you who cannot give him up at any cost, in any circumstance. So your Lord is glorious, you are also glorious. You cannot give up your master. So be situated. You know. But on the other hand, Hanuman, see, Lord Shiva is very tricky. He came as Bhima, he worshipped. Even Rama Madhvacharya, he worshipped Balagopal. You know, and he Shiva. And Gopeshwar Mahadev. Yeah. So there in Krishna Leela. Amazing. See, he is very, very tricky. Um, so Madhvacharya is amazing. Uh, one time there is one pastime of Madhvacharya. So because his devotee was saying the door was closed, but there is a little thing crack. He saw what he saw. Madhvacharya worshipping Vedavyas. Then Bhima worshipping Lord Krishna and Hanuman worshipping Lord Ram. He saw same time in three forms of Madhvacharya, Bhima and Hanuman and three manifestations of the Lord. Vedavyas, Krishna himself and then Lord Ram. You know. So it's amazing. And that devotee composed that shloka. And afterwards he gave it to Madhvacharya. Madhvacharya then said, and he added Nakastuti, meaning glorifying Lord Nrsimhadev before. So, like that, very, very powerful personality. Very powerful. We are glad that we are coming in. He went to Badrinath first time. Actually, the Madhva Sampradaya, when he was a small boy, Vasudeva, his name was Vasudeva, his mother was very attached. He was going to take a bath far away, like a river. Mother could not tolerate that. She worried what. So he made a kunda right behind his house. It's still there. Actually, if you take a bath or touch Achaman there, it is like taking Achaman everywhere. all the tirthas. And then, and also it became two farm. One farm remained in his house, other farm went to Vedavyas to learn bhakti, Vedanta, Srimad Bhagavatam, Vedanta, suttas and all. That's why we say Brahma, uh, Sampradaya. If you see Krishna, Brahma, Narada, Vedavyas, and then Madhvacharya. Some people may say, hey, wait a minute, Vedavyas 5,000 years ago, Madhvacharya is only 1,000 and all. What about this? Big gap. This is the way. Vedavyasji is still there. Madhvacharya, when he was a small boy, became two form. He went one form, learned from him. And then later on, when he composed commentary on Bhagavad Gita, he also went there. Again, second time he went, took the permission, blessing to start Vedanta Sutra, commentary on Vedanta Sutra. So, and then afterwards, around 80 years, he was giving a lecture, composing Aitareya Upanishad, and giving. Then suddenly the flowers poured on him. Devata. He was completely covered by the flowers. When a disciple tried to find, remove the flowers, he was not there. So he disappeared. So that place is still there in Murti. How he disappeared. So even though he disappeared, that's why his samadhi is not there. But that place is. Uh, and he says, I'm here, invisible. Don't put stone on me, he said. He said. And then he went back to stay with the Vedavyas. So he's still there with Vedavyas. Then how do we know? By Narayana, this biography, the biography was written by disciple's son, Trivikramaracharya's son. So there, Vadiraj, like 100 years later, is the disciplic succession. The time was like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's just before, that Vadiraj. Powerful personality. He also went there, Badrinath, and he met Madhvacharya. They discussed what is happening and all. So, and he was a very powerful Vadiraj. There are so many pastimes with him. He used to worship Ayagriva. No? Ayagriva. No? Jnananandamayam Deva. Is Nirmala Patikakrutim. Adaram Sarva Vidyana. Upasmahe. Is Ayagriva Upas. So, what we can say, so he is a great personality. He is the one who composed that Yukti Malika, defeating Mayavad left and right. I mean, no Mayavad can stay in front of them. So precise. Bah, So, actually, we are very, very grateful to all this. And our Jiva Goswami, Chatsandarbhas, we can see this argument taken from them, inspiration from them. And Baladev Vidyabhushan, he studied all this. Baladev. And then he composed Vedanta Sutra, Govinda Bhasha. He established. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, uh, Madhavendra Puri accepted from Lakshmipati Tirtha. He is disciple of Vyasa Tirtha. So like that, disciple success. Lakshmipati Tirtha's, the Guru's Samadhi of Madhavendra Puri is still there in Srirangam. I've seen it. Took darshan. So, we are honored, we are great in that sense. It is still alive, the current is still flowing, pure bhakti. Bhaktiraivenam naiti bhaktiraivenam darshati. Bhakti vasha purusha bhaktireva bhuyasi. Madhvacharya. Bhakti. Bhakti alone will take us near Lord. Only for bhakti get attracted, by conquered. Through bhakti, Lord can be conquered, not by any other means. So bhakti is the highest, best. And that's why human form of life is there just to get there. No other forum, you know. Devatas, for example, see, there's one question is there. 127, 120. Is birth as a human, is birth as a human being, is it superior to birth as a demigod? See, because many people, they aspire to go to Varga, right? Devatas, like Indraloka, like that. Is birth as a human being superior to birth as a demigod, Devajanma? Huh? Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur is saying, of course, birth as a human is superior to birth as a demigod. That is why demigods aspire to take birth as a human. Demigods are so engrossed in the sense pleasures of heaven that they have no time to think about the many sorrows that they will have to experience in the future. They are so engrossed in the sense gratification. Many, so they simply remain immersed in the intoxication of their temporary happiness. Immersed in the temporary happiness. Their heavenly positions expire after some time when their pious merit, punya, is exhausted, and then they must return to this mortal world. Shine punye martya lokam vishanti. Like we were giving example. Now, compared to other living entities, human beings worry more about the future. Compared to other living entities. We take, for example, we worry about future more. Animals cannot, devatas cannot, you know. Demigods have more happiness and independence, and they have a much longer lifespan for enjoying sense gratification. How long? Indra lives for around 70 Chaturyuga. you know, very long time. Well, of course, Brahma lives, yeah, I mean, unlimited, almost very long time. One day of Brahma, 14 Manus come up. In one day, one Manu period is like Devatas. Huh? Almost 300 million, roughly around 300 million years. Huh? Devatas lifetime. Enjoying sense gratification. But in the end, they must suffer. Demigods have the pride of aristocratic birth, opulence, bodily beauty, and scholarship, and they strive to increase these qualities. Ordinary people consider demigods to be superior because they have more objects of sense gratification than human beings. But humans have the special benefit of being able to aspire for spiritual well being because they are not fully absorbed in sense pleasures like demigods are. If people imitate demigods and maintain the false pride of prestigious birth and opulence, they will forget about their spiritual welfare. Human beings have a better opportunity to render devotional service to Bhagavan and associate with saintly persons. Therefore, birth as a human is superior to birth as a demigod. By repeatedly experiencing distress and sorrow in the material world, a human may realize the temporary nature of the material world and the objects within it. In contrast, demigods are so absorbed in enjoying heavenly happiness that they never contemplate the temporary nature of the material world. Thus, in the human form of life, we have an opportunity to attain spiritual well being. In this human birth, we have the potential to discriminate between what is auspicious and what is inauspicious. We have potential. So that's why human birth is much more important. Hare Krishna. Why? Huh? ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕು ನಾಳೆ ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ಆಗುತ್ತಾ ಆಯ್ತಪ್ಪ ಹಾ ಒಂದು ಅಪ್ಪಾಜಿ ನಾವು ಹಸು ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ ಹಾ ಊಟ ಲೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರ್ತಾ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹತ್ತು ಗಂಟೆ ಹಿಂಗಾಗಿ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ 9 ಗಂಟೆ ಹಸು ಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ ಆಯ್ತಪ್ಪ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಊಟ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಲೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರ್ತದೆ ಆಯ್ತಾಯ್ತು ಈಗ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು 2 ದಿವಸ ಅಷ್ಟೇನೆ ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಹುಡುಗನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನ ಆವಾಗಲೇ ಕಳಿಸ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ 9 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ಹಾ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು 2 ದಿವಸ ಅಷ್ಟೇನೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಡೈಲಿ ಹಸಿ ಮೆಣಸು ಹೋರ್ಗೆ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನಾಷ್ಟ ಆದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಹುಡುಗರು ಹೋಗ್ತಾರ ಅದೇ ನಾಷ್ಟ ಕೊಟ್ರೆ 1 ಗಂಟೆ ಊಟ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅದೇ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು 3-4 ದಿವಸ ಅಷ್ಟೇನೆ ಹಾ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಯಾವ್ದನ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಖರ್ಚಿಂದ ಯಾವ್ದಾರ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಪೈಕಿ ಯಾವ್ದನ್ನ ಖರ್ಚಿಂದ ಯಾವ್ದಾರ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಕಾಪನ್ ಪಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಹೋಗೋದ ಇಡಕ್ ಬಂದು ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನ ಕೇಳಕ್ ಬರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಯಾಕೆ ನಮ್ ಲೆಕ್ಕದಾಗ ಆಯ್ತಾಯ್ತು ಆಯ್ತು ನಾಳೆ ಹಾ ಆಯ್ತು ಇದು ಅಪ್ಪಾಜಿ ತುಪ್ಪ ಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು ಇವತ್ತು ಹಬ್ಬ ಮಾಡಿದಾರ ಅಪ್ಪಾಜಿ ಹೋಳಿಗೆ ಬಾಳೆ ತಂದು ಹೋಳಿಗೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ತುಪ್ಪ ಬೇಕು ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕು ತುಪ್ಪ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಒಂದು 8 ಜನ ಉಂಟು 8 ಜನ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನಮ್ಮ ಹುಡುಗನ ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಹುಡುಗನ ಕರ್ಸಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಹಾ ಕರ್ಸಿ ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಹುಡುಗ ಹಾ ಹಬ್ಬ ಅಲ್ಲ ಹಾ ಹೋಳಿಗೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದ ನಾಳೆ ನಾವು ಹಬ್ಬ ಇವತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಹಾ ಆಯ್ತಾಯ್ತು ಸಂತಿ ಯಾರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಆಯ್ತು ಅವ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ತಾನೆ ನಿನ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಸೊ Why do our obstacles persist and why do our distress remain unfulfilled? Although Sri Gurudeva is non-different from Bhagavan, we regard him to be an ordinary mortal. And as a result, we see defects in him. Therefore, we are unable to dedicate ourselves without duplicity to his lotus feet. We are transgressing the words of the Vedas, the words of Bhagavan, and the instructions of Bhagavad Gita. In other words, not believing in them. We regard the spiritual master to be an ordinary human being. We regard Vaishnavas to belong to a particular class, and we regard the deity of Bhagavan to be made of stone, wood, or clay. This is why we are experiencing a spiritual decline. See, this is related to complete surrender. If you say, see, if I say by word, Lord, I am yours, but Lord knows in the is the super soul, are you sincere or not? So sincerity. Sincerity meaning what? We have no attraction. We have no desire to acquire anything of this world. You know. हाँ. ये इनको थोड़ी घी चाहिए थोड़ी एक कप है ना कप में आधा आधा कप ऐसा कुछ दे दो आप वो अभी लेके गया हाँ उधर है घी हाँ हम्म, इसमें कप है तो ऐसा हाँ कप है हाँ इसमें आधा कप ऐसा हाँ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅವ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ತಾನೆ ನೋಡಿ हाँ so that's why like our Gurudev see for example 1 second it takes he said Raghunath Das Goswami. See the disappearance day of Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, and Krishnadas Kaviraj. So that's why if you look at the life of Raghunath Das Goswami, how he was like almost like Indra, so much wealth and all that. And he had uh, wife like Apsara, still put yeah, that so much opulence. So it should be like that. Then immediately Krishna will protect you. But even though he gave up, it was, he ran and for many, many days without any food or anything. Hardly slept with thorn and all that. So, in other words, if we disregard anything of this world as useless, which it is, but we still hanker on to it you know, because of our improper, not faith, incomplete faith. So, this is the problem. But if you are sincere, see, this is the thing. If you are sincere, Lord, because of, impurities inside us, it is not completely gone. But if you have the sincerity, Lord, somehow I want to become a devotee. I want to become devotee, but what to do sometimes? I overcome by my impurities, some desires. I, enjoy things of this world. but I hate it. Don't still do. But if you have sincerity, then Krishna will protect it. He sees the sincerity. He has a sincere desire, but he is not able to do it. He cannot overcome this obstacle because of some impurity. Right? Then he will come and he will remove all those obstacles. Mm. So that's why this hearing Harikatha and associating is very, very important. Because only through that our intelligence becomes sharp. We know, but we cannot put into practice. You know, so we cannot cut it, right? Because it is blunt. Suppose if the knife is blunt, you try to cut, it will not cut, right? You can blunt, it will not. So you have to sharpen it. How to sharpen it? Only through association, harikatha. If you associate with one who has very sharp sword, right, then it becomes sharp. Right? So everything happens by association. Uh, if you associate with one who has a blunt sword, then you become like him. So that's why sadhu means what? One of the meaning of sadhu is one who cuts this maya. Very sharp. Uh, like Uddhava is saying, the one who cuts, one who is very sharp, associating with him. So, what is the duty of a living entity? Says, what is the duty of a living entity? Rajendra Nandan Sri Krishna is Cupid, Kamadeva. He is the only eternal object of service, Nitya Seva, Nitya Sevya for everyone. Object of service, okay? Sevya. His service alone is the eternal constitutional service, Nitya Dharma, or duty of a living entity. Having forgotten Bhagavan, a living entity thinks that he is Buddha or God. That he is God. Then with the false conception of Ham Brahmasmi, he becomes an impersonalist, mental speculator, Nirvishesha Jnani. Sometimes he is a sense gratifier, busy, busy in following Varnashrama Dharma, and sometimes his main activity is entertaining woman. That's it. That is why scriptures say, "O living entities, abandon false pride, worship of woman, and pursuit of woman. Aspire to be a servant of Srimati Radharani and an assistant, Kinkari, Kinkari of Sri Rupa Manjari. Always serve Lord Krishna under the guidance of Raja Gopis." Why do worldly worries come when we chant the holy name? Right? Why do worldly worries come when we chant the holy name? When we start chanting, so many worries, this, that come, right? Why is that? Answer. If one chant the holy name of Sri Krishna under the guidance of Gurudeva, one achieves auspiciousness. Even if worldly worries arise while chanting Sri Nama, one should not waver in one's vow to chant. As one continues to chant, worldly concerns will gradually go away. Do not try to eliminate such worries by your own mental effort because the results of chanting will not manifest until one is actually chanting the holy name. Worldly worries cannot go away unless one chants the holy name. When one develops great love for the holy name of Lord Krishna, one's absorption in worldly worries will decline. How will worldly worries be eliminated unless one has great eagerness for Krishna Nama? Only if one serves Sri Nama by body, kaya, mind, mana, and words, vakya, will Sri Nami reveal his most auspicious nature. Paramama. So, this is the thing. When you start washing the pot, the dirt will come out, isn't it? If you don't wash, you think it will come out. Ah, no. Without washing, you use the pot again, one more layer like that. So only when you wash. So like that, so by name we are washing now. And the dirt inside will come out. So when you are washing the pot, dirt will come out. Are you worried about the dirt? Are you? No. You know, as you keep washing, it will go away, go away, go away. Gradually it becomes no more dirt, right? Same way, we should not give up chanting. We should pursue more and more, knowing it will subside. It will. Uh, Rama. This is one meaning of Rama. Meaning what? Ra, meaning when see you can see Ra, our mouth opens up, is it not? Why? All these sins will come out. Ra, ma, it closes up. So it will not let you other sins to enter like that. One meaning. So uh, cleansing, mental cleansing. There's the only way. Same. So much is there underneath. Life. See, for example, how much dirt we have. Okay, I'm giving yeah, a feeling. Okay. Suppose I told you this, but I'm telling it in a little different way. Since past 1 year, we have done so many things, is it not? So many things has happened. So many incidences has happened. Do we remember all of that? At least we know we existed 1 year ago. Because I existed now, my age is more than 1 year. I must have existed 1 year before, right? No argument, right? But we forget it, right? Suppose if you are able to remember all the events that happened since last 1 year, since every minute, how it will be? You think you can concentrate now? So many things coming, bothering. Oh, that happened, this happened, that. We go crazy. We become mental. We become a mad person. You can just meditate on. Imagine 10 years ago, 100, previous lives, all these kinds. Oh, we cannot live. Not even 1 second. We go crazy. So that means what? Although dirt is there in us, is it not? And it is not coming up. We don't remember because if we remember all that, we cannot live for even 1 second. We cannot manage. See, it is like this. Yeah, we heard doctors doing operations and all that, right? You might have got operated, your friends, relatives, friends, somebody. What does the doctor do first thing? He will give you anesthesia. He'll make you numb so that you will not feel pain. You become numb as if it is dead, right? Whole body or part of the body, right? Local anesthesia, general anesthesia. Once you give that, then you become numb. You will touch by doing this way, this way. When you don't feel pain, then you start taking scissor and start cutting. Ah, you don't feel pain, so you don't know anything, what is happening. So he will does his thing. No disturbance for his operation. Right? Suppose, imagine, he does not give anesthesia. He starts cutting. You think doctor will be alive and you will be alive, and others will be alive in the surrounding. Nobody. Imagine. You understand? Same way God has given the anesthesia of previous things, but it is there. So how to get rid of it? That's why this vasana we say, karma vasana. It will spread out. It's sprouting. Time is there, is sprout out. We cannot control. That's why we worried, why this happened, why it is happening like. So now uh, why it is happening that way, uh, that's why chanting holy name. See, the holy name is finer than the finest. Say, I give this example. Suppose you want to wash a pot. Use something to wash it, isn't it? Suppose like some powder, right? Fine powder. Suppose if the powder is not fine, some stones are a little big, what happens? It makes scratches, is it not? Fine powder will not make any scratch on the vessels. Same way, the mind is so subtle, understand? Body we can feel, okay? Within material elements, Pancha Mahabhutas, okay, 5 elements, earth, water, fire, air. Can you see air, wind? Ah, what about Akash? Ooh, it's so subtle. Akash is so subtle, even so-called smallest electron, it will pass through, the Akash will pass through electron. It will not even know. And mind is even more subtle, more. Bah, imagine. So how to wash that so, so subtle thing? Not by material elements. Material elements is so gross, it cannot touch it. Mind cannot be touched. So but the holy name is so subtle. Through that you can wash mind. So that's why when you start washing, the dirt will come out. How can we easily attain Bhagavan? So one can get devotion to Bhagavan only by associating with devotees who serve him. Devotees have made serving Bhagavan the essence of their life. Bhagavan's name, form, qualities, and pastimes are their only wealth. Therefore, they always discuss these topics. One attains auspiciousness only by serving those who serve Bhagavan solely for his satisfaction. Devotees do not pretend to serve Bhagavan in an attempt to derive their own happiness. They do not seek worldly happiness while living on earth. Happiness in heaven after death, happiness related to material body and home, or even the happiness of liberation. See, devotees, they do not seek worldly happiness while living on earth. Happiness in heaven, uh-uh, heaven after death, happiness related to material body and home, or even the happiness of liberation. They always serve Bhagavan within their heart with ecstatic devotion, bhava. No obstacle can diminish their desire to serve Him. Even if a great obstacle arises, devotees continue their service. See, this is the thing. Even obstacles come, they continue to serve. They always feel love for Bhagavan and his devotees. They do not have such love for their wives, sons, daughters, home, relatives, brothers, sisters, or even their own bodies. Devotees surrender only to Bhagavan. He alone is the essence of their lives. Bhagavan is the essence of everything. And through love, his devotees are part of that essence. While Bhagavan is the essence of all things, he has made devotees his own essence, as he is bound by their love for him. One can easily attain Bhagavan by serving the scriptures Srimad Bhagavatam, Grantha Bhagavat, and pure devotees of Lord Krishna, Bhakta Bhagavata. It is said in Srimad Bhagavatam, Nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya Bhagavati uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naistuki. By constantly serving Srimad Bhagavatam through hearing and singing, all kinds of unwanted habits are destroyed and one develops unflinching devotion for Uttama Shloka Bhagavan, the all good Supreme Personality of Godhead who is glorified by choice shlokas. So, um, is it auspicious to donate money to construct temples? There are no words to describe how glorious and auspicious it is to serve the spiritual master and devotees of Lord Krishna and build temples for Bhagavan instead of spending a great deal of money building a house for one's sense gratification. Doing so is wise and highly commendable and it brings great auspiciousness. Now, Raghunath Das Goswami disappears there, right? So he said, who is Sri Raghunath Das Goswami Prabhu? Huh? Bhaktivedanta Saraswati. Sri Raghunath Das Goswami was a servant of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who had the mood of being a follower of Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Rupanuga. He was a servant of Swarup Damodar and Sri Rupa Goswami. In other words, he was a servant of Mahaprabhu. He was also a beloved servant of Sri Radha Govinda under the guidance of Sri Rupa Manjari. Although Sri Raghunath Das had the mood of being Chaitanya Das, his mood, Abhimana, of being a servant of Sri Swarup Damodar and Sri Rupa Goswami was even stronger. Has anyone described the service of Vrishabhanavi, Srimati Radhika in such an extensive manner? No one has described it as elaborately as he did. What should be the mood of a householder? What should be the mood of a householder? A householder devotee should remember that the house in which he lives does not belong to him but to Krishna. He is actually like a pet dog in that house. Balamanda nai jani seva matra kari tomara samsare ami vishya sahari. O Lord, I do not know what is good or bad. I am only your servant. I am only a steward of your wealth in this world. Steward of this wealth. Caretaker of the wealth. A householder devotee looks after and guards Krishna's wealth 24 hours a day. He maintains his property and protects it from thieves. One should know that Sri Krishna is the true owner of one's house, and thus one should serve him in all respects. Materialistic householders, Gruhavrata, make their home the center of their life. In a country, oil mill, see oil mill, right? A bull bound by a yoke walks in a circle around two large grinding stones. One fixed, one moving, right? Grinding oil seeds into oil. Materialistic householders are compared to such hard-working bulls which go in circles around a central point. Whatever they do is for their home, wife, son, or daughter. They do not have a mood of reverence and worship towards Sri Bhagavan and Sri Guru. They regard spiritual masters as ordinary persons and deities as mundane objects. Only those who give up attachment to their home, sacrifice everything for the service of Krishna, and become a servant of a spiritual master and Krishna can truly chant the holy name of Lord Krishna. Without relinquishing attachment to material possessions, without dedicating oneself completely to the service of Lord Krishna, and without becoming a servant of Sri Guru and Krishna, one cannot chant the name of Krishna properly. See, one example is like cashier in a bank. He is through him so much cash is flowing, right? Can he claim any money is counting as it belongs to him, belonging to him? Can he take any money out of it for his own no liking? Can he give his money, that money, to someone who liked by him? In other words, he is not independent, but the money is going through him. So much money. So like that, we everything belongs to Krishna. We are the caretaker. We are just there. And if the cashier has so much money, wow, I will take some. What happens? He'll be, he'll lose the job. He'll be put into prison. Is it not? So he has to disperse the money to whom the higher authority is telling him. Is it not? Right? Same way, everything in this world, it belongs to him. So we have to maintain this body just enough and dedicate our life. Use everything in his service. Yes. So then we will also be served. See, this is the key to it. You know, if you put water at the root, then whole tree will get nourished automatically. you know. So that is the key. Where should we put our faith? We should give up attachment to all worldly things and have complete faith in the words of Gurudeva. Without his grace, our anarthas will not go away and we cannot achieve auspiciousness. We should understand that Sri Gurudeva is the only means of attaining Bhagavan. Thus, he is our only eternal friend. The word Shraddha, means to have full confidence in the words of Sri Gurudev. We have got no reliance in the words of the so-called gurus or religious reformers or pretenders. Inauspiciousness, inauspiciousness goes away only by association with a bona fide spiritual master and devotees of Lord Krishna. And as a result, one will obtain pure devotion, Shuddha Bhakti. Therefore, we should have implicit reliance in Sri Gurudevs in order to approach and serve the absolute person. A sadhu is he who will relieve me from all puzzling doubt. Sadhu is he who will relieve me from all puzzling doubts. A sadhu will give me the highest good. I should make friends with such a real guru who is really wishing my highest good. If perchance we meet a real guru, then we must be saved and must be able to reach our goal. He will always supply and enrich us with transcendental knowledge and service. What is the difference between following and imitating? Anugatya. Answer. Anugatya, following in one's footstep under proper guidance. And dosamoda, or flattery are not the same. Anugatya, following in one's footstep under proper guidance, and flattery are not the same. Similarly, anusarana, following in one's footsteps, is proper guidance, and anukarana, imitation, are not the same. Many people confuse anukarana with anusarana. He is explaining further. To dress as Narada and act like him in a play is anukarana. To dress like a Narada and act like Narada, talking and all that. In a play, like a drama, is anukarana. To actually follow the path of devotional service as shown by Naradji is anusarana. Anukarana means to artificially copy or mimic. Copy or mimic, while anusarana means to follow the behavior and teachings of great personalities. To imitate in an artificial manner is called imitation, anukarana, and to follow the path shown by great personalities is called emulation, anusarana. We may think that we are following the Mahajans, but in fact we are imitating them. Anusarana is about proper conduct, achara, and anukarana is like its perverted reflection, vikrita pratipalana. Externally, anukarana and anusarana may appear identical, just as imitation gold, chemical gold, and pure gold look the same. Another meaning of anukarana is hypocrisy. There is a tendency in our mind called vipralipsa, which makes us imitate sadhus in order to cheat others and obtain prestige. Imitation of Shrautapata, the path of submissive oral reception, does not lead to anusarana. If one does not follow in the footsteps and instead merely imitate, one gets no spiritual benefit. The question next. The name of Bhagavan and narrations of his pastimes are of the nature of Vaikuntha. How can we attain them while living in this world? The name of Bhagavan narrations of his pastimes are of the nature of Vaikuntha, right? How can you attain them while living in this world? Holy name and name. So, Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur. Bhagavan's holy name, Nama, mercifully manifests in this world from his abode. They come down to this world. The deity form of the Lord, Archavatara or Sri Vigraha, the holy name of Bhagavan, Namavatara, and the spiritual master, Gurudeva Avatara, are non-different and all manifest here along with Bhagavan's pastimes. Sri Archavatara and Sri Namavatara are Vishaya Jatiya Bhagavan, and Sri Gurudeva Avatara is Ashraya Jatiya Bhagavan. By taking shelter of Sri Gurudeva or Acharya, we can attain Krishna, the supreme enjoyer. A special consideration is that Srimati Radhika ji is the shelter of loving devotional service, Ashraya Jatiya Vigraha. Thus, our transcendental name and form are Ashraya Jatiya Bhagavat Vastu, substances related to the Supreme Lord's pleasure potency. There is no difference between Bhagavan's name, holy name of Bhagavan, and Bhagavan, but there is a difference between names of material objects and material objects themselves. Here's another question. Jesus Christ is the Jagat Guru, topmost spiritual man. His teachings are sufficient for our auspiciousness. So why do we need a living sadhu? Some may be thinking like that. We accept both Jagat Guru and Mahanta Guru. If only accept, if one only accepts Jagat Guru Vada, many types of anarthas may arise. Someone may now accept Mahatma Jesus as Jagat Guru and wants to follow in his footsteps, considering a Mahanta Guru to be unnecessary. However, one should consider how much such a person will be able to follow the teachings of Jesus Christ. The disciplic succession of great spiritual masters. The disciplic succession of great spiritual masters, Mahanta Guru Parampara, mercifully deliver the instructions of Bhagavan and Jagat Guru Acharyas to us. Similarly, Mahanta Gurus bring the stream of the Ganga river of pure devotional service that is emanating from the lotus feet of Bhagavan and place it in our hands and on our head. If there were no such stream, ordinary, weak, poor person like me could not climb the Himalaya mountains and touch it. Moreover, when Himalaya mountain streams have a blockage, contaminated water from other streams is often accepted as holy water. About 2000 years ago, Mahatma Jesus preached many spiritual topics. If his teaching do not come to someone through the medium of a bona fide disciplic succession, and one must try to understand those teaching only from books and written instructions, it is possible that the spiritual principles of Mahatma Jesus will be misunderstood or misinterpreted. It is even possible that one may come to a conclusion which is opposite to the truth, and this may spread to others. A Mahanta Guru is also a Jagat Guru and is also an expansion of past Jagat Gurus. Oh. A Mahanta Guru is also a Jagat Guru and is also an expansion of past Jagat Gurus. A Mahanta Guru becomes a Jagat Guru through the medium of the disciplic succession. And then he kindly conveys transcendental knowledge to us. Such a Guru will never cheat or flatter us. He does not want any worldly thing from us. He is devoid of material desires and only propagates spiritual truths. See, I don't know. Bible has been tampered with so many times. Thou shalt not kill. Now they made thou shalt not murder. Love thy neighbor. Ah, can be anything. Love thy. Does it say love thy human neighbor? Does it say love thy Christian neighbor? No. So, and but who is going to tell it? The basis itself they have changed. Actually, I met one guy, Christian in upstate New York when I was in New York. He says, if Christ come to the church now, he'll be thrown out of the church. He is no longer needed. They have changed so much in the church. He is no longer needed. It will be a big obstacle for them, their lifestyle and all that. No, they have. So, like that, I will tell you, it is a mockery. Pure devotion is not there. They are eating, I've seen, I should not say, but what can you say? They are eating non-veg and then looking at what they're preaching. What? No Ekadasi, no japa. How they can? Confession. When they confession, they are throwing so much garbage. They're telling, right? Congregation. You think he has the power to neutralize it, burn it? He gets influenced by all that. Oh, this is happening. This is what. Oh, and he indulges in those things and he falls down. See, I will tell you, it's a mark. What can you say? This is why Guru Parampara, discipline, is most important. If you don't have, then it's all hanky panky. So only Anukarna is left, unfortunately. Uh, it's like, wow, Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur will say, if the Ganga does not flow, right, it starts in the Amma. Of course, it starts in the heavenly planet from the spiritual world, washing of the lotus feet of Vishnu, flowing down, right? Yes, so it appears in the Himalaya, Lord Shiva holding it. Suppose if it does not descend, you think everybody can go to there and then catch Ganga? Impossible. Maybe very few people. So when it flows, flowing meaning what? Through disciplic succession, the bhakti, current of bhakti from one living master to another living master, flowing, you know. So if the living person rejuvenating is not there, then how you will get access to the pure flow of bhakti? You say, oh, scripture, it has been tampered with. Everybody knows. Bible has been tampered. So who is going to tell you, hey, it is tampered with? Tell me. Hey, it's black and white. Oh my. So yeah, totally. That's why it says. And it is even possible that one may come to a conclusion which is opposite to the truth, and this may spread to others. This is what is happening. Very, very unfortunate. So, living guru, living bona fide guru, no, essential, essential, essential. The living entity is the marginal potency. So he can either render service or engage in sense gratification. The seeds of sense gratification remain within him in the dormant state. Do these seeds, Bhoga Bija, or the desire for sense gratification, bhoga vasana, remain in the heart of a living entity after he attains perfection? See, this is the question. Hmm. I will repeat this. The living entity, the marginal potency, tatastha shakti. So, he can either render service or engage in sense gratification. The seeds of sense gratification remain within him in the dormant state. Do these seeds, bhoga bija, or the desire for sense gratification, bhoga vasana, remain in the heart of a living entity after he attains perfection? Huh? Answer is that no. The scriptures say, Jagat dubila jivera haila bija nash. Chaitanya Charitamrita. When the five members of the Panchatattva saw the entire world drowned in love of God, right, and the seed of material enjoyment in the living entity is completely destroyed, they all became exceedingly happy. Huh? The marginal potency of Bhagavan, Jiva Shakti, includes in seed form both the potential to give pleasure to Lord Krishna and the potential to be averse to him by seeking sense gratification. With the flow of time, seeds of desire for sense gratification, vasana bija, are watered by the material modes of nature, and this gives trouble to the conditioned living entities day and night as various bondages of sense gratification, bhoga bandhana, in the form of three types of miseries: adi daivika, adi bhautika, adhyatmika. A seed sown in soil is unlikely to germinate if it is later submerged in water. Similarly, all of the seeds of desires for sense gratification which prevent service to Lord Krishna may be submerged in the flood of love and service to Bhagavan. In this way, those seeds are destroyed. So there is no possibility of them germinating into sprouts of worldly desire. So they will not sprout. Either no, two more, I think. What is the proper way to use wealth? Answer. We do not engage in pious or impious activities, satkarma or kukarma. We do not engage in satkarma or kukarma, pious or impious activities. We carry the shoes, padukas of the devotees of Lord Hari, who are free from the tendency to deceive others. Moreover, we are initiated into the mantra Kirtaniya Sada Hari. One should always chant the holy names of the Lord Hari. The proper use of wealth is for publications of scriptures, preaching Harikatha, and serving Lord Hari, spiritual masters, and Vaishnavas. Such proper use brings everlasting benefits. Akshaya Pala. Is criticizing others acceptable or should we avoid it? Answer. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. Srimad Bhagavatam says that one should never criticize or glorify the nature or activities of others. Sri Chaitanya Bhagavata states, Para chara charchera. Para charchakera gati nahi konav kale. Which means that one who discusses para charchakere gati nahi kona kale. Which means that one who discusses the character or activities of others can never have an auspicious destination. Those who criticize others end up in hell. We have to purify ourselves by not condemning the nature of others. Our punishment or criticism coming from Sri Gurudeva is for the benefit of the whole world. We should avoid activities like criticism which will bring us any problem. Then next, is there happiness in this world? Answer. There is no happiness at all in this world. वास्तव में संसार में सुख है ही नहीं. There is no happiness at all in this world. Material world is full of unpredictable events. So there is constant unrest. Whatever good, bad, and partial purity there is in the material world often creates different types of disturbance. Therefore, the verse Tattenu Kampa is given in Srimad Bhagavatam. Sri Golok Dhamma does not have the lack of restraint. Yate charita. Yachet यथेच्छारिता नहीं यथेच्छाचारिता नहीं. That is characteristic of this word. There is no other way than to tolerate all problems and obstacles that arise at any given time and place. What is helpful for devotional service? The material world in which the living entities are averse to Bhagavan is a distressful place for this distressful place of examination for them. Tolerance, humility, and praise of others are very helpful for devotional service. Is it a service to protect the Vishaya, objects of sense gratification of Bhagavan? Our main goal, Prayojan, is to serve Bhagavan and devotees. In serving them, we may perform many activities that appear like ordinary acts of a sense gratifier. However, if those activities are done to please Bhagavan and devotees, they are not opposed to devotional service. Rather, they are favorable. It is very important for both householders and sannyasis to perform devotional service to Lord Krishna in order to become detached from worldly pleasures. Our time is up. Let me finish one more. What is the duty of the Vaishnava? Answer. Regarding the conduct of Vaishnavas, Sriman Mahaprabhu said that householder Vaishnavas should earn money and the renounced Vaishnavas should collect alms for their livelihood, day-to-day needs. In this way, carrying out their particular duties, both should engage in devotional service and depend on Bhagavan's mercy for food and shelter. Everyone should depend on Bhagavan for meals and clothes to cover the bodies. All organ, all organs function for the health of the body. If one organ neglects the body by refusing to perform its function, the whole body suffers to some degree. Knowing this, those concerned for their well-being should serve their spiritual master and Vaishnava. Show mercy to all living beings and perform Krishna Nama Kirtana. Or Harinama and Sri Hari the same. Sri Harinama and Bhagavan Sri Hari are not two separate things. They are the same. Sri Nama, the holy name, Nami, the possessor of the holy name, are non-different. By the mercy of Sri Nama Prabhu, the divine form, qualities, associates, specialities, and pastimes manifest in the holy name. When this happens, living entities who are bound in the material world become devoid of all thoughts of the illusory world. They are able to focus on Bhagavan alone, and the restlessness of their material mind is eliminated. We should pray to the holy name for mercy. One should not artificially try to remember the Ashtakaliya pastimes while anarthas are present. Proper hearing Shravana only happens through Kirtana, and Kirtana also provides an opportunity for remembrance, Marana. Only in this way is Ashtakaliya, Ashtakaliya Seva, continuous devotional service rendered during the 8 sections of the day possible. It cannot be achieved artificially. Are only devotees worthy of worship? Who protects devotees? If a wealthy or a proud person oppresses a poor devotee, Sri Narsimhadeva protects that devotee. Only those who take shelter of devotional service to Bhagavan are worthy of our spiritual respect and worship, regardless of whether they are higher or lower class of society. It is an offense to think that Vaishnavas belong to a particular caste or creed. What is the difference between Vaikuntha and the material world? The spiritual world, the spiritual world of Vaikuntha is like the most radiant, admirable star, Bimba. And the material world is like a dim reflection, Pratibimba of it. The transcendental senses of the spiritual world do not have the defects and limitations of material senses. Although the various qualities seen in the spiritual world and the qualities seen in the material world have similarities, the material world is nothing but a perverted reflection of the spiritual world. In the dull material world, the places, time, factor, and persons have become completely devoid of consciousness due to objects that give sense pleasure, which are agitated and disturbed by the time factor, a perverted perception of bliss, various types of scarcities. The spiritual world, Chinmaya Jagat, is eternal and devoid of material qualities. It is all auspicious, full of bliss, full of variety, and replete with good qualities. It continuously generates pleasure. In the material world, various kinds of insignificance, uselessness, and scarcity interfere in our ultimate goal, love of God. We all experience this in our day to day life. What happens to atheists? Yeah. I believe that Sri Bhagavan arranges everything for our auspiciousness. Atheists can never achieve prestige in this world. After limited periods of frantic activity, they are ruined by Bhagavan's punishment. As a result of hating Vaishnavas, atheists experience inauspiciousness in both this world and the next. How can one save oneself from lust? Then we will end. Huh? So the desire for one's own happiness is lust, kama. The desire for one's own happiness is lust, kama. The only duty of a part is to serve the whole. The only duty of a part, amsha, is to serve the whole. Bhagavan is the complete spiritual substance, Purna Chidvastu, and the living entity is a plenary portion, amsha of him. Thus, the duty of a living entity is to serve Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the source of all incarnations. Being averse to serving Him plunges us into many types of distress. If we want liberation, mukti from such misery, the only medicine is service to devotees of Lord Krishna. who are free from envy. In this world, only Krishna Bhaktas can protect us from kama, lust, that is unfavorable for love of Lord Krishna. As long as one has no inclination to serve Sri Krishna, the transcendental Cupid, materialistic desires for sense gratification arise in one's heart. Anger arises when there is a partial impediment to fulfilling lusty desires. In our present state, lust is the tendency to please our diseased material senses. The natural tendency of a devotee, a soul who has become disease free or free from the clutches of the illusory energy, is to satisfy the senses of Sri Krishna. Surrender at his lotus feet and service to him eliminate mundane lust and sex desire. Can a doubting soul attain auspiciousness? No. The answer. This is the answer of Thakur says no. One who doubts scriptures and Bhagavan will be ruined. In other words, he will certainly remain in worldly bondage. One should not give up the process of following spiritual guidance and instead take up imitation without approaching a saintly spiritual master. Since everything is actually for Krishna's enjoyment, we should think that we are on a one way trip to him with no funds to purchase a return ticket. Those who are unfortunate and do not think in this way develop doubts. Such persons never follow proper conduct, such as offering obeisances, pranipata, asking pertinent questions in a submissive manner, pariprashna, and rendering loving service to spiritual master and saintly person. So we will end here. Time is up already. Lot of time. Vancha kalpataru vyascha kripa sindhu devacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. So Vijayadashami and then Madhvacharya's Kiran Day, Raghunath Das Goswami, Raghunath Bhatt Goswami, Krishnadas Kaviraj. We just touched, it's impossible to cover everything. And then the day next we are meeting Thursday, that is Purnima day, the first day of uh, Damodar, Kartik. So that day I will probably be in Vrindavan. Let us see what time I reach there. Maybe by 7. So we try to do like every day, like last time we did Kartik month. We try as much as possible from that Thursday. Mm. I'll be there for Thursday and Friday. And then Saturday I'll be back here. Vancha kalpaturu vyascha kripa sindhu evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. जय विजयदशमी तिथि की जय रामचंद्र भगवान की जय पापांकुश एकादशी तिथि की जय भक्ति जन एकादशी देवी की जय कार्तिक मास की जय ताय गौर प्रेमानंदी हरि हरि बोल। क्षमा करो दया करो पाग रक्षा गुरुदेव गुरुदेव गुरु हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे दंडवत प्रणाम to everybody. हरे कृष्ण
Dandavat